So this is the part of the job where we are ready to lay the grass out. So the base has been compacted and contoured correctly, and we're down about a quarter inch from all of our edges, which will give the grass plenty of room to, sit up nicely, give it a natural look. And that's my 6 inch overlap in between the pieces, or it's probably a little bit more than 6 inches, but to do an S seam, ideally you want 6 inches. So here I'm laying out my anchor nails. These are 10-inch galvanized gutter spikes, or timber ties, or another name for them here. So I lay these out in just a pattern along the grass, and these will not go into the grass. These are only used to hold my stretch as I am using the carpet kicker to expand the grass as much as possible. So to start, I want to start in the middle, and I'll just kind of hammer a nail down in there, make sure my center one is good, and then I will go horizontally twice. So I'll go over once, put it in there, and then I'll go back, and then I'll do vertical to get my star pattern. And as you can see in that little clip, the ripple is already starting in the grass, which is good. You want to see when you're kicking it, you want that ripple to really move. So when it gets cold and it contracts, and the next year when it gets hot, it's going to expand. If it's stretched properly, um, you're not going to see any ripples next year. Something to note when you're kicking the grass is once you get to the point where you're ready to put your nail in, you'll kick it, and you want to keep that tension on your knee right with the carpet kicker there. So I want to keep the tension there because if I let go of the tension, then I basically didn't stretch any of the grass. So I'll put that down in there, make sure it's secured. And again, these are just to hold the grass down while I'm stretching. These will not be going into the middle of the yard. The way that I install grass, we won't have any nails in the middle. The only nails will be on the perimeter. So right here, you want to put the nail right behind the head of the kicker to hold the stretch. And you want to spread the blades of grass so you don't take any of them down when you're hammering these in. You want to be diligent about doing that. And the first stretch that we're doing here is just to get our nails in place. So you can kick it soft, a little bit softer on this one, just to get your nails in place and have your grid set up. And we'll do this process twice. So the first stretch, we're just kicking and getting our nails in, making sure it's tight. And then on the next stretch, we'll really be putting some force behind our kicks, and you'll see that we're moving the grass a lot. And here, once I have my pattern set up, I want to go diagonally as to fan the grass out. I want to spread it in as far as I can each way to give the grass a nice even stretch. Right here, I'm just teaching Marky from Kotu Enterprises, just kind of the process that I use and how I do things. This crew did great. Their customer was thrilled with the install afterwards, so that's always good to hear when they come out and they're blown away by grass. And artificial grass is definitely becoming the new wave. Right here, Ryan is finishing up his first stretch on this side, and this part's in the shade. And when you're kicking grass and stretching it, you can really feel the difference when it's in the shade and when it's in the sun. When it's in the shade, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to stretch if the sun isn't able to relax it. And right here, you can see he's really moving that grass when he's kicking it, getting the ripple out. And it's always a good idea to have one person kicking and one person nailing. It's just a more efficient way of getting things done in this area of the project.